Hello everybody, this is your girl SlickVick. Welcome to Peace, Toast, and Jam. Oh, heavens to Betsy. I am so unbelievably sorry that it has been basically a month since my last episode. July was my birthday. It was recovery from being on vacation / a family trip reunion really is what it was, because my little sister got married in Ohio. So my whole little mini family here in Tampa went to visit. Then I don't even know how else to explain it, but just so many little things happened in July where I blinked and I was like, oh, darn it. I have not been doing my podcast episodes, so I apologize so much. Thank you for those that have been sticking with me, who are gonna see this episode come up and be like, girl, we got you. We're still subscribed. Like, we still love you. Thank you so much. Throwing up a heart here for the people that can't see me doing this. But I apologize. So I hope your July was great. Right now in Tampa, there is a legit severe heat wave going on. It was 100 degrees the other day, which my boyfriend told me was a record high for Tampa. It's been hot. And I know if you're watching me right now on my YouTube channel, which by the way, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, it's SlickVick. I'm wearing a hoodie, a zip-up hoodie, because my actual little home is so cold because the outside is so hot, and I'm loving it. But I know I'm not giving the right view of how warm it actually is outside. Like, you walk outside and you're in an oven. You're in the devil's armpit. Like, it's like a sauna. It's insane. And it's Florida, so it's humid. It's crazy. Anyways, yes, and other things that happened in July was I got injured. I did something to my left hip in jiu-jitsu and MMA and all that jazz. And I don't know, it stemmed from months before this. So it's not like I had an actual injury, like boom, it happened. It was like progressively getting worse. And of course, if you know me, I just sometimes don't do the right recovery. And anyways, it just went full blown inflamed crazy mode this past like week and a half. So I've been in recovery rehab mode, and I've adjusted a lot. It's been mentally really hard for me because, as you know, I'm very physically driven. It is part of my stress relief, mental health, to be able to work out as hard as I can all the time. So this has been quite a mental adjustment, but I'm doing okay. Just, it hurts and it is what it is. So with that being said, I'm not going to keep you guys too long. I know I haven't been on here a lot, but first and foremost, if you're not following me on TikTok and Instagram, please go out there, give me a follow. Please share my loveliness to the world, because that's how we get this episode out there as well. And for those that already are doing that, thank you again so much. So without further ado, what we're going to talk about today is, if you didn't know already, I have a Patreon, and I have a couple incredible members that have been with me since like day one. They're like my ride or dies. And I have been for, I think, the past, I don't know how long it's been now, maybe since Christmas, but one of my Patreon members, who is a very good friend of mine, gifted me a little badass calendar book. So every day it has something super badass to say, and then there's things on the back of it. There's like little jokes, little riddles. Sometimes it's like a coloring page. I mean, you name it. Sometimes it's just like, hey, make your grocery list on the back of this. Like, it's so cool. But what I'm going to do is today, I'm going to tell you what today's badass quote of the day is, and then I'm randomly going to flip to something else, and we're just going to real quickly go over it, and hopefully it's a message that you need to hear today. That is the whole point of today's episode, that sometimes, and I think all the time, things happen for a reason, because everything happens for a reason. There's no coincidences. So maybe today's message is supposed to hit you. That's the reason why you subscribed today to my channel. That's why you picked up this episode today. That's why you randomly picked on or clicked on one of my links that brought you here, and you're listening to this. Maybe it's a video on TikTok or Instagram, whatever it may be, and you were supposed to hear this message today, because I believe that's how the universe works. That's how God or spirit or whatever in which you believe in works. Everything happens for a reason. Even my injury happened for a reason. I was supposed to slow down. I was supposed to focus on other things. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, but it doesn't need to make sense. It's just the message is there, and then it's what do you do in that present moment about it, and what are you going to do going forward? So today's the message, because today we are on July, we got to flip to it, Tuesday, July 29th. So today's message: wouldn't life be so much more fun, productive, and sexy if we fully embraced our magnificently delightful selves? Takes the same amount of energy, the same amount of focus. So why do we choose all the drama? I love today's message. I love this badass message of the day because, and this is what I told my Patreon members, because I believe that as humans, we are socially, it's almost like we're driven to be dramatic at times. And again, that could be environmental, that could be situational, that could be hormonal, emotional, who knows. But I think a lot of times people will bond over the drama of life, even the hardships. It's kind of like misery loves company, like that phrase. And we don't even know that we don't even realize, or we're not even aware that we're doing it sometimes. And then if you are someone who does reflect, or if you're just self-aware in the moment or after the moment, whatever it may be, you might be like, wow, I don't know why or how or what sparked me getting wrapped up in that whirlwind of conversation or gossip or drama, and now I'm in it. And then it's almost like it just has a snowball effect where you can't stop. It's like, oh my God, diarrhea of the mouth. You just keep saying it, you keep doing it, and it takes a real conscious effort to halt that, like just stop it in its track, or just to say it out loud and be like, you know what, I'm not really feeling this. Like, I don't think this is productive. I don't think this is positive. But the drama in our life is so toxic, and it leaks in, and maybe it starts off as a common feeling towards a situation or a person or an idea or whatnot. But then if that becomes your focus, then your energy is going to go there, and it's just going to keep going back to a negative point. And so with this being said, wouldn't life be so much more fun and productive and just incredible if we were to just embrace ourselves and just embrace each other? And obviously we don't have to enjoy every aspect of each other, or maybe even ourselves at times, but to give grace and to be less judgmental and to allow things to kind of just flow in and out and not be so stuck on connecting through drama and gossip, and maybe connect on a more positive, discussion point, if you will. So it's interesting because I really like this. And when you think about where you're putting your energy every day, it could be really uncomfortable and super hard to get out of those habits or those relationships or those friend groups or that community, because it's kind of just develop into the people or the person that you are, the individuals that you hang out with. But the more that you recognize that things are not actually bringing you any kind of peace, if you will, and honestly it's harboring more negativity, then I think that will be your point, your clue that it's time to change things up. It's time to adjust. And if those around you don't enjoy that, then those people are not for you. And if it's uncomfortable for yourself, then give yourself some time to adjust. But yeah, that was the message for today. So I thought that was really cool. I hope you guys reflect on that, and I hope you bring your own point of view to that as well. And hopefully it was beneficial. And then we're gonna do one more random day. So I'm just gonna randomly pick a day. We're on Thursday, May 8th, okay? What if you had the audacity to leave your excuses and your shame about wanting to be huge and fabulous behind and really went for it full on anyway? So again, what if you had the audacity to leave your excuses and your shame about wanting to be huge and fabulous behind and really went for it full on anyway? So this message I think is incredible, because a lot of times we do stop our own growth with our own excuses as to why we can't be the best and biggest and most successful and greatest version of ourselves that we can possibly. And we are our biggest advocate at times and our biggest critic at times. We believe in ourselves, and we'll be the first person to not believe in ourselves. It's such a crazy double-edged sword, because I think we all have those big dreams, those big wants out of life and big desires, but then we will find every reason why we don't deserve it or we shouldn't have it. And we feel this weird sense of shame, as this has just highlighted, or guilt, or just an insecurity and insufficiency about why we don't deserve it. And the truth is, we all deserve that. We all deserve our greatest dreams and goals in life, because why not? We get to create our reality every day. And so in doing that, we are then creating a reality in which we're not deserving of. And we believe it. And the thing is, it's all in our mind. It's truly in our mind. I mean, if you think about the greatest people in the world, it all started as some sort of intention, some sort of thought patterns, some sort of desire in their noggin, and then they just started collecting more of those, and they started putting action behind it. And before you know it, these are the people in which we look up to. These are the greatest of all time, the GOATs. And it all started with just getting out of our own head, if you will, or figuring out how to maneuver everything in this head of ours. Really trying to figure out, how can I soften and lessen all the negativity and all the crappy thoughts and feelings, and really bring to the forefront all those positive, loving feelings about ourselves, and then really going forward and going, all right, forget all the crap, all the negativity, all the, I can't do it. I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to do it. And why not? And then also tagging along with that, figuring out, how can I pick myself up when perhaps it doesn't happen the first time, or the second time, or maybe the 100th time, or maybe the thousandth time? I can't even say that word. The millionth time. Who cares if you just don't give up? Because effort will win, and the consistency will win, and the discipline will win sometimes when you just can't get it off the rip. Oh, gosh, I can get so excited about this. It's so energetic. But I hope people that are listening to this right now just kind of drop all that and go, you know what? Today's the day. I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to ask the questions. I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to take the leap. I'm going to take a step forward. I'm going to journal about it. I'm going to click and purchase it. I'm going to tell this person how I'm feeling right now. I'm going to, you fill in the blank, insert here, and just do it. Because the more you prolong it, the more it just becomes like less of a desire and less of a goal, and you're going to adjust and adjust and adjust. And I know everything does happen for a reason, as I have said previously in many messages and podcasts and in this own podcast episode. But in the same breath, there's no time like the present. You might as well just go for it and keep going for it. And as long as your passion's there, as long as your goals are still there and your desires there and your intention is in the right place, I don't see how you can't achieve it. And sure, things are going, like I said, things may adjust. Goals might, be rewritten in some ways. Sure, of course. But for the most part, why not? I don't believe in the impossible anymore. At one point I did, for sure, but I don't anymore. I think you can do anything that you put your heart to, your mind to, and put action to. It just takes that, though. It takes actually going for it. So go for it. Okay, so that was the message for today. I hope you enjoyed both of those badass quotes of the day, message of the day. If you feel as though this would help someone else out, please share this message with them. Please save it. Please send it through an email, a text, post about it, whatever it may be to get the message out there. Clip just the part that I said, because, I babble on a lot here, but just clip the parts of where I talked about the message. Let someone know that this life is theirs, and they're meant to have an incredible life, and you're supposed to create the life in which you truly want and desire. So go for it. Do all the things and start focusing on the positive life. It's who knows how many lives we have. I mean, I believe in multiple lives, but this life we have right now is the only life you're going to have right now. So you might as well focus on the good. Stop gossiping and being so dramatic. It's just gross. Anyways, please share this. Get this podcast out there. I love you guys so much. Please subscribe. And with that, I'm going to go. It's a rainy day because it's super hot, but I'm going to get outside before it drenches everything again. But have a lovely day. Have a lovely morning. Have a lovely night whenever you listen to this. I will talk to you all soon. Bye.